See the little guy up there starting? Water starting to come out of that little hole. And because this is a karst type landscape, over time the rock and stuff will start to erode, and limestone and things like that, sodium will start to eat away. That will get larger and larger, and even there too, that coming out of the rock face right there will get larger and larger as well. This sign says 10% of this type of landscape is what actually covers the world, and a lot of this over time actually dissolves with water. I think there may have been like some kind of accident or something here, because there's like, I don't know what this is. I don't know why they would have done this, but I'm not sure. But whatever it was, rest in peace. This is beautiful. If you guys never been to the Wilson Dam in Muscle Shoals, it's got a little waterfall creeping out of the side of this little tree cavern thing here. And there's like another one up here. But whenever you turn into the Muscle Shoals entrance to the Wilson Dam, there's a left. It says something about rock pile recreation area. You're gonna turn left there. You don't go all the way to the dam, and then you follow the road all the way down and park your car closest to the dam. It says do not enter with a vehicle past this point, which that's the road that we're on right now. You'll park right there and then walk this trail until you get to the dam, and then you'll see the waterfall. And you can actually, the ice is falling and the little rocks are falling off the cliffs as we're standing here. You can hear them hitting the ground slowly. Well, I'm trying to make my way over to Decatur to somebody suggested trying out that barbecue with that world-renowned chef that keeps winning the barbecue contest every year. What was the barbecue place called? Big Bob Gibson's barbecue place. I'm trying to make my way there. A lot of big birds. There was an older lady over here. See, there was ice just now that fell. There was an older lady over here with a camera, and she said there's an eagle that's nested in here. And there's two eagles, and one will go hunt and one will stay, and then one will come back and one will go. And she said they've been trying to video and keep up with these eagles for a while, but today she found the nest, but she can't find the eagles, so they're probably out hunting. This is really cool. I bet you this water is delicious too. It's kind of cool how they just form and come right out of the rock and then slowly eat away at the rock as time passes on. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't want to go underneath this overhang too far. I was hearing just icicles and rocks fall off that down there. I just tell you what, we were really pleased with Full Moon barbecue last night. Full Moon was in Jasper? That was pretty good. They did a good job. They didn't overcook the brisket. The one thing I like about the brisket is they stopped when it was done. They didn't stop to get that red, that deep 1/4 inch layer of red coloring underneath the skin. A lot of guys will try to do, and they don't stop at the right time, and then it dries out. or it'll dry out when you pull it off. Their stuff, even the next morning coming out of the refrigerator cold, it just had a real paper thin line of that red layer right at the top of the brisket. Pull it out cold and it still had all the juice in it. They did an excellent job with that brisket and the pork. Well, just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know we're doing good. We are traveling around, putting a lot of miles on the car, really putting that Royal Purple to the test, and we'll be ready to try that out whenever we get back. I don't know if you've seen the recent polls lately, but Motorcraft bulk oil and Walmart SuperTech 20,000 mile oil, they're going head to head right now. The Motorcraft will jump up a point, and then SuperTech will jump up a point. I may have to just pick myself because they're too damn close to even try, or to say one is the the clear winner. I think last time I checked there was about 377 votes, and it was 51% Walmart SuperTech and 49% Motorcraft bulk oil. So, well, it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. It's a beautiful place, man. We came out of like the hollers and stuff. Was that town we were in where we were trying to go on that look at that other waterfall? Anyway, we were in this little town, Hodges, Arkansas. Yeah, Hodges, Arkansas. And they have like a horse trail, or Hodges, Alabama. They have a horse trail and stuff for an area where you can put your horse trailer and stall your horses and everything else. And I guess there was a waterfall and stuff back in there. We tried to go see it, but they didn't update anything on their website saying that they were actually closed right now. So we drove all the way out there. And then come to find out the parking lot's empty, vacant, nobody's there, nobody's in the office. There's no horses in all the stalls where they say do not enter unless permitted. And I was like, it's kind of sucky, because you would expect the company to put on their website or some kind of information saying right now they're closed. But there was none of that. So we drove all the way out there. Luckily it was only a half hour drive, and it was kind of on the way anyway, so figured why not. And kind of got let down by that because they don't have their website updated. This is the part that makes me nervous right here, because earlier when we walked by there was two big rocks right in the middle of the road. I kicked out of the way, and then when we came back there's more rocks. So right here in this area you can tell a lot of stuff's been falling off this cliff right here. Yeah, I should have got a fishing rod, but I don't know how the fishing's gonna be right now, because I've seen a bunch of people trying to fish and they ain't catching anything. One old boy was telling me it's too cold right now because it's dropping. It'll go from 42, 43 right back down to like 32, 33, and he said the fish they're not moving around right now very good at all. You notice all these municipalities and stuff like that, they're all driving the early like 2010, 11 to 2016 Fords, 250s, 350s, 450s around these areas. Almost every single municipality or like organization like this place that runs this dam, almost all of them are all Fords. That kind of made me excited. But I tell you what though, I know where all the damn old classic C-body trucks and stuff are. All the old Fords and Dodges and everything. They're right here in Alabama. Tucked away in all the damn trees, man. You drive down the road, you can find somebody. You got 3 or 4 C10s. You got the old K-body Blazers and everything else. Alabama's got all the damn old Chevys and Dodges and Fords all tucked away in the woods, rotting away. Well, not necessarily rotting, because a lot of them have been there for years and they're not rotted. The interior's rotted, but the metal and everything's still good. You can see all the old. The other day I went by my dad's old house. I wanted to see what it looked like after they sold it. And the people that moved onto the property in backwoods Alabama fashion basically destroyed the property. Looks like a damn recycling yard now. My dad used to keep guineas and geese and ducks and stuff out there, and pigs and chickens and horses, and he took care of the property real good, real clean. And then they moved. I went by the other day. It's destroyed, man. Piles of wood and metal and junk and kids' toys and stuff rotting all over. You can't see the property no more. It looks like a bunch of damn pack rats moved in and just destroyed the thing. It's a shame, because it's such a beautiful piece of property in a historic area where it used to be like the old the troops, the old war troops and stuff would build. There was a whole section back where he lived in Delmer where they built like war camps, and Indians and stuff had their living areas and stuff out there where you could go out there and find old remnants and guns from the war and everything. And you go by and you look at this property that he sold, and it's just destroyed. Got metal buildings that look like they're $10 worth of tin put up with rotten 2x4s and shit laying in piles everywhere and burned piles all over the place. You can't even see the property no more. I almost cried, man. It was so beautiful before. Now it ain't even worth looking at. But driving through Alabama, shit, I ain't never seen so many old Chevys and Fords and old school trucks in my life. Just all over the place. Go up to somebody and ask them, hey, would you ever come off that old F-150, that old Ford Ranger, that old F-100? Well, you know, I was hoping one day my nephew and his son coming up might, you know, want to do something with it. And brother, you ain't never gonna do anything with that truck. Let me give you some cash right now in hand and show you what I can do with it. No, I can't come off of it, man. I can't come off of it. I just can't do it. Can't. Then you see them 10, 15 years later, still sitting on the property. Ain't nobody done nothing with it. Tree growing through the hood, the bed of the truck, or whatever. Yeah, what is it? What do you how much should you pay for 2013 FX4 5-liter oil pan and gasket replacement? I've never done a 5-liter. I've only done the 3.5 EcoBoost. I mean, I would assume it's probably going to be, they got to drop the front end down, I think, on that to give it some clearance. So I think it's about a 4 or 5 hour job. That's warranty time. So I think you may end up paying probably closer to 6 or 7 hours for that job, if I remember correctly, because I think warranty time is about 4.5 hours, because you got to pull the bolts out of the front or the diff on one side, drop it down, then you got to pull the bolt on the right side out, drop it down to get enough clearance, and then pull in the 2 nuts on the passenger side of the motor mount, jack up the motor just a little bit, put a block of wood in there, and it'll give you enough clearance to snake that pan out of there, if I remember correctly. And it was still, even warranty time was about a 4 hour job. So you're looking at probably close to 6 hours, is what I would think. Swapping engine on a 13 Escape. Can't get coolant in the engine. I tried with airlift and whatnot. Can't get it in. Can't get coolant. I'm not sure. Swap an engine on the 13 Escape. Can't get coolant in the engine. I tried with an airlift and won't will not get it in. So what you got to do is, those are real picky about how you put coolant in them. I remember they had a service message that came out back in the day that said, put as much coolant with the airlift as you can in. Once you get it running, then rack up the RPM to about 1500, 2000 RPM for about 30 seconds and hold it there. And then once you're done, take your foot off the accelerator, let it idle back down and calm down for about 5 seconds, shut the key off. Top your coolant off. Get back in the vehicle, rack it up back 1500, 2000 RPM, and they wanted you to do this again and again and again and again and again to get all that air out of the system, to get the coolant to actually take. So there may be an issue with that. That's probably what you're experiencing with that escape that won't take coolant. But an airlift should get the majority of it in there. Did you get any in there at all? I mean, I only got a few minutes left on here, so if we're going to talk, we need to make it quick, because we're going to get on with the rest of our trip. Okay, so now you're ready for that process that we were talking about. If you can't get it any more in there with the airlift, and you know, make sure you turn your heater on. Make sure you get the heat put on high and turn the fan speed on and let it run for a little bit. See if you can get some more air out of it. You may have to do this over and over and over again, but they had a thing, and there was a bulletin out that talked about racking out the RPM for 30-second periods and then dropping and then shutting the vehicle off, waiting like 30 seconds and doing it again, and then waiting like 30 seconds and doing it again, and eventually it would start taking on coolant. And then when you're running it, when you're running the system, make sure the heat is on and the blower's on. Get it turned on, and that'll help circulate some of that through there. Keep me posted. If not, then ask me again when this video is loaded, because the comments will be gone. Say, hey, give me your email, and I'll shoot you my email. Yeah, it's the fluids. It's the same that goes in the transmission and that transfer case. Same exact fluid. So work on it. 2018 F-150 3.5 liter transfer case. I'm pretty sure it says right on the case actually itself, it says LV fluid. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get over here now. We're going to get back on our trip. We need to keep moving. I'll keep you guys updated. We're going to try to make it out to the barbecue place that was recommended last night, and the old girl's been doing pretty good. She's been doing pretty good, but I noticed that little piece of plastic right there by the wheel. The clip came out of it, and it's just dangling there, and we got some repairs to do whenever we get back. I started digging around in the trunk to figure out why my running light ain't coming on, and they put a tow hitch on this vehicle when I bought it, and I took the tow hitch off, and I found where they spliced the wires into the harness right here, and they did a real shoddy job doing it. So we got to replace the piece of metal on the inside of the body. It goes down here, it fits the curve of the vehicle, and then it goes back up. Well, that bottom portion, it's no good. It's got to be cut out, and new metal's got to be welded back in. I got to actually build the bottom of that channel up, because it's letting water go up in this harness right here. And now watch this. That light won't light up. Yeah, see, this one don't light up. So we're gonna have to tear into this harness and these bulbs, probably rerun new wires in those connectors, get that stupid trailer connector thing that they wired in, spliced into the harnesses, get that out of there, get the corrosion out of there, and put new wires and stuff in there. So turn signals and brake lights and everything else work, but that running light won't come on. Bad connection at the bulbs and in the wires where they put that shit in there. I pulled the connector out, and it was plumb full of corrosion. That little 4-pin deal that goes to your trailer. And I had to smack it on the back of the car over and over and over again to get all the corrosion out of it still. So I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with that running light once we get back. But anyway, I couldn't ask for a better damn car to drive in, man. It's been a dream just driving this car. And then having these Blizzak tires on there just goes through anything. Doesn't matter. I mean, just Just an awesome, awesome, awesome ride. I never been on a long trip like this of driving hours every single day and felt this comfortable. This car, it's like it doesn't even know that you're in the hills and stuff. Up and down, 4-speed transmission, perfect for it. It's not hunting all over the place, just takes every bit of it, no problem at all. Okay, we're out. Y'all be blessed.